Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm well. What's your name?
Rebecca Lowers.
So tell me, Rebecca, how did you hear about PCA?
I heard about PCA through cousin Gary's. It was a manufactured home place,
Okay.
and the agent there, through talking about my experience, recommended and gave me a business card of Victor's.
Okay. So did you have? Why were you at a mobile home manufacturing or mobile home sales?
A manufactured home, because at the time after the fire I was looking to get permanent residence as quickly as possible, and that looked like the best option at that time. Most people will tell you, attest to the fact that you vacillate with many different ideas when you go through something like this. So that didn't actually happen to be something that happened, but that's how I heard about them.
Okay. Did you have a modular home before?
No.
So you felt that? Do you feel that like a modular home would have been of similar value, or?
No, it would have been of less value, but it would have been quicker, and that was what I was looking at.
Okay. And then you were referred to us.
And then I was referred, yeah.
Well, did you even know what a public adjuster was?
Nope, never heard of it before. Had no idea.
So did you end up buying a modular home, or?
No, I did not. I ended up buying a home. Yeah, a stick-built home.
All right. So that was more value.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, what made you decide to hire PCA?
Because my personal experience with the insurance company was stressful, to say the least. It was so bad for me and my situation that it affected me mentally, and I couldn't deal with them anymore. And so it was a huge relief off of my shoulders once I hired them. All the pressure came off.
What kind of stress were you dealing with?
They were rude, they lied, they were giving me false information, the time frame, all of it. It was just...
That had to be very frustrating.
Yeah.
Especially after the fire.
Yeah.
Now, did you lose everything, or was it
Everything.
partial? All of your...
Everything.
Everything.
Even animals.
I could not imagine what you had to go through.
Yeah.
What was your experience like with PCA?
Well, the first experience was with meeting with Victor and Colleen, and I immediately felt a rapport with them and a connection that I now know will last a lifetime. After hiring them, they were very quick and efficient, and I loved being able to be cut in on the correspondences between them and the insurance company, and it was just an absolute relief and pleasure working with every single person on the team.
Okay. So what would you say the process was like for you?
It was smooth, it was efficient, they were very attentive to my needs. There was no time or day that they weren't there for me.
Did you try doing this yourself before?
I did it for months, and I mean, I could have done it myself, but it was worth it to me to have someone else do it.
So did they give you pushback when you were trying to make
They did, and they gave them pushback too, but they were much more eloquent in their responses to the pushback, and with facts and figures and, you know, I guess you could say threats or whatever. It's just like, you know, you're going to do this, and if you don't, this is what we're going to do.
They're very matter of fact.
Yeah, and yeah, it was wonderful.
Well, that's great. Well, if you, of course, not that you'd want to go through this process again, but if you had to go through this process again, would you hire PCA again, and more importantly, at what stage?
Yes, I would, and probably I would do it at the same stage.
At the same stage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how far after?
I think it was 2 to 3 months after.
After the fire?
I might have done it a little bit sooner, only because now I know what a public adjuster is, and so, you know,
Okay.
yeah.
Awesome. Did PCA help you with your contents, your dwelling, or both?
I think both.
Okay. What was that like?
Well, I definitely know the contents part they helped me with, and that was actually made things much easier, because it's very emotional trying to go over things that you lost your whole life. And the sentimental part. I mean, it's easy to say, okay, couch, TV, this, that, and the other. But when it gets to sentimental things like your family heirlooms, antiques, things like that have been passed down from generations, you have no idea really what their value is, and it's very emotionally draining to sit there and try and do that research and put a number on it. And so I could just tell them what it was, and they did that for me.
How accurate would you say the inventory was from PCA for your...
It was more accurate than I could have done myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you get to see what it looked like?
Oh, well, I think my list looked something like this, and theirs was something like this.
Okay.
So,
Right.
yeah.
So yeah, significant
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
Would you say that insurance companies bank on that?
On yours being lower? Yeah, absolutely.
So what would the benefit be in hiring PCA to...
So you'll get your limit without having to break a sweat.
Awesome. Well, that's great. So, and as far as the dwelling, how did that process work?
Okay, I think it's been a while now, so I have to think. I believe they lowballed the estimate for what the property was worth.
PCA did?
No,
Oh.
the insurance company
Okay.
did. And so they had to do another estimate, and I believe Marty did that, and he did a really good job. So it upped all my limits, so I got all my extended limits. The thing I would also say with this too is that when you're dealing with the insurance company, I kind of got the idea right away, as soon as they were notified, as soon as the other insurance company was notified that I was being represented. Their resistance kind of was broke down. They already knew, and I had already told them, I'm going to go all the way with this. So one way or the other, this is happening. So, but they were much more smooth, and they could have made things harder. And I think that PCA made it smoother just from their experience in dealing with them and their knowledge of what they're doing.
Awesome. Well, you had just said something about extended limits. Did you even know what that was?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you were aware of that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Awesome. And do you think that you had been successful in getting those extended limits?
I think I would have, but I'd probably still be fighting now. It was worth it to me to pay what I did for them to do what they did.
The estimate process and generating an actual estimate is quite involved.
It is, and that's something I don't want to do, and I hadn't even gotten to that part yet with them. So it's definitely worth it to hire a public adjuster.
Just any public adjuster?
No, this public
Oh,
adjuster.
okay. I was just curious. Well, in your opinion, why should someone hire Professional Claims Association to assist them with their claim?
Because at this point, we're a year and a half out, and if they were going to freely give you your full extended benefits, you would have had it by now. And they're going to make you fight for it. And it's lengthy and hard and cumbersome and painful, stressful, and it's worth it. I can't say enough about PCA. It's worth it to do it.
What things did you learn about in this process? For instance, did you learn anything new about insurance policy?
No, personally I didn't. I had family that lost everything up in the Santa Rosa fire, so I was well prepared when this happened. So for me personally, I knew what I was dealing with.
Because you had someone else?
Because somebody else I had gone through that experience with them, so I knew and then after that fire happened, I called my insurance company and I got real detailed about everything that was in my policy, so I was very aware of what I had in my policy.
Okay. Well, I guess I really only have one final question. Would you recommend PCA to a friend or family member, and if so, why?
Absolutely, I would recommend them to anyone that is not gotten their full benefits at this point in time, and the reason is people have to stick with people, and those insurance companies, adjusters, are not working for you. Don't fool yourself. They're working for the company, and I would recommend you getting someone that is on your side and advocating for you.
Well, Rebecca, thank you very much for your time today. I don't think I don't have any questions for you.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
you're welcome.